On this week's episode of the Superhero Show, we'll find out how Daredevil handles a bank heist.
If criminals know the difference between a diamond and a piece of candy wrapped in candy paper.
How the other Disney Plus Marvel show characters fit into the wide world of Daredevil. All of that and more on an all-new episode of the Superhero Show.
What's up, nerds? Welcome to the Superhero Show, a podcast where some friends gather around to talk about their favorite comic book-based TV shows that came out in that week and other weeks. Who knows? Joining me, I'm Cassie. I'm your host. I'm also here with Ryan.
Hey, Cassie.
Hey, Ryan. I also have Mike here.
Hi, what a consummate professional you are.
Thank you so much. Any notes on that? I feel like it was a flawless intro.
I would just remember your goddamn name, I guess. It would be note one. But other than that, no, crushed it.
I assume people I'm like so famous. As soon as somebody hears my voice, they're like, God, yes, Cassie. The people are chanting in the streets already.
Also, a note is I consider you guys my coworkers and very loose acquaintances. So I don't know if friends is the right word.
But coworkers first.
Coworkers first.
And we're all equal level?
You love both your coworkers?
You want to have sex with both your coworkers?
I co-work with both of you equally. And because we don't have an HR, I want to rub these nuts all over both of my coworkers' face.
And that's what you think sex is. That's
Guys, we gotta get an HR.
Did you guys watch Chairgate 2025?
Is that Doomsday?
It is Doomsday.
I saw Paul Rudd's tiny chair. And so I'm into it.
I wanted to talk to you guys about some chairs that I was surprised to see, and I want to know who you think that they're going to be. Amy Winehouse?
Who's she going to play?
Yeah. There's a chair that said Amy Winehouse on the back.
Dazzler.
Okay.
Rest in peace.
Oprah Winfrey?
Oprah.
Oh, the superhero Oprah.
Just Oprah.
Oh, God. Jake Paul had a chair.
Cannonball.
Oh,
he's going to be doing his best Tennessee accent.
But does Cannonball then become... No, that's not... Speedball becomes Penance.
Speedball becomes Penance.
I think Jake Paul's going to be
Jake
Speedball.
Paul to have 9-inch nails stuck through each one of his eyelids.
Helena Bonham Carter got a chair?
Is that a royal? Who is that?
You've seen the Harry Potter movies. Right here, we'll speak Cassie. Bellatrix Lestrange.
I actually haven't seen those, bitch.
Oh, shit. Tim Burton's
I've seen even less than you know that I've seen.
Have you seen Fight Club? She's the girl. She's the one woman in the movie.
Okay. Yeah, I know her.
Marla. One of the chairs said Anne Frank.
She's in there as a Justin Bieber fan.
That's what she plays in the Avengers?
Yeah.
One of the chairs, of course, said Cher. But I think they just misspelled chair.
Yeah. It's just a chair.
One of them said Simone Biles.
Cassie, who's she gonna play? This is an audio medium. We can't just look at each other.
I was doing.
I thought we were going back and forth.
Sorry, you said Simone Biles, and I wanted to audition for the role. That's my bad. That's on me.
No, Simone Biles is going to play Simone Biles in the Avengers movie as
Captain America.
Dr. Doom.
Oh, it's so close. We were right there together.
And then the last one I had a question about was Steve Harvey.
The Avengers are clearly going on a family feud. The Avengers versus the new Avengers.
Oh, so Steve Harvey as Steve Harvey in Avengers : Steve Harvey.
And he's going to let them also know very antiquated dating methods.
Man, I don't care. This whole chair thing was fucking bullshit.
You didn't care about a 4-hour thing where they slowly revealed names on chairs?
It was 12 hours, Mike. It was 12 hours.
One chair an hour?
I thought people were joking about the 4-hour thing, but it was like legit almost that long, right?
It was one chair every 12 minutes for 12 hours.
Did Johnny Knoxville plan it? Like, are we all being punked?
That's Ashton Kutcher.
Are they being impractical jokers?
There we
Shit,
go.
we can't get Johnny Knoxville. Get Ashton Kutcher on the phone.
Oh, we
He'll
can't
know
get
how to
Ashton.
direct this.
Get the impractical joker who hit on that girl, the
What if
young
Kevin-
teen girl.
What if Kevin Feige was like, I have to retire, and to replace me is Ashton Kutcher, who I think left the country
Yeah,
because
he's
of so
done for.
many accusations that were about to fall on him.
Yeah, so many things were really.
Just
Really
bathe your
coming down.
kids, you freak.
I love Mila Kunis so much, but to be married to him, I just have to think
Is
she's a
something.
piece of shit.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
she's not trapped. She also stood up and did that weird hostage video, and they're like, "We are sort of not sorry that we defended Hyde from that '70s show."
Yeah. Crazy move. Was there a chair that you guys were excited for on the real? If we can have a heart to heart here. Was
Well, I
there
mean,
some-
I mean, for Oprah to play Oprah,
Yeah,
I think that's pretty big.
That's pretty
I love that. This clearly means that this cast of the Avengers is joining the next season of Celebrity Traders because Alan Cummings.
big. I
is coming
know.
So fuck Nightcrawler. It's all about
Yeah.
Trader season
I
4.
just want Alan Cummings. I don't need
If-
him to be Nightcrawler.
If he's Nightcrawler, he better still be in a fucking delightful Scottish getup that is gender bendy as fuck. Because
Mhm.
that's what Alan Cummings brings to the table these days.
Do you know who still got it? Even in this MCU, this post MCU world where everybody's fucking lame as shit. Winston Duke.
Yeah.
That's the chair I was really excited for.
If you want to get crazy, we can get
But, like,
crazy.
Yeah, he's the king of Wakanda, but he's also a
Yeah.
dad now, and he's trying to
Yeah.
camp at his like little cabin. He has a golf club as his weapon.
I fucking love Winston Duke.
Yeah.
Don't we all? And we all love each other as coworkers.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not forget. We're also, guys, tonight, as much as I would love to spend 4 hours on this intro, we do have a show to get to. And tonight, it's all about Daredevil because Disney Plus decided to drop 2 episodes on us out of nowhere. Who knows
What
why?
a weird move.
A weird move, but I'm here for it. And we're going to be talking about both of those. So let's take a break. And when we come back, we'll jump right into that. This week, we're covering episodes 5 and 6 of Daredevil Born Again. On episode 5, Disney Plus takes a stab at doing Ben Affleck's The Town as a group of Irishmen hold a bank hostage in an attempt to steal a fat diamond, but Matt Murdock and Miss Marvel's dad, Yusuf Khan, shut it down. On the 6th episode, we find out that the graffiti artist putting up murals of Fisk is actually a serial killer named Muse, who uses his victims' blood as spray paint. After Angela gets taken by him, Matt decides to put the suit back on and beat some ass. Taste Buds, I ask you this. Did these 2 episodes redeem themselves for episode 4?
What was wrong with episode 4?
Boring. Mayoral.
Ah.
Lame.
Well, episode
Sucked.
4 is when
Basically.
we're like, "Go get him, daddy, you candy ass." That was wrong with. That was what was wrong. With
I love
episode
when Mike
4.
goes full sling blade.
That was what Frank did.
Yeah, the Frank talk. Man, and is this pulling back the curtain too much to talk about how we have to have a full Frank conversation after this for next week?
Is he confirmed on?
The Punisher?
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
we have to deal with
Oh.
Frank Castle in the Spider-Man cartoon.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Both versions of Frank are trying to get in touch with their emotions, which is always the worst version of Frank.
I can't believe I'm about to see what I'm about to say.
I don't know if we're
And it's not even going to be a statement. It's going to be a question to you, Mike. Was Cassie right the whole time? Because this show fucking rules when there is no Wilson Fisk.
Yeah, dog. Yeah, dog. I was right.
The 5th episode fucking rules. And the 6th episode
Yes!
is half good and half bad because Wilson Fisk is in half the episode.
And it's, I don't know if it like years went by. So it's, do you lose touch on the character? Do the writers not have as control? Was he
it that-
always
Sucked.
What?
Yeah,
N-
exactly.
no? But also like you were like, yeah, this character's mean, so I hate him. He's the villain. He should be. That I love. That's a stupid argument. You should hate.
I
your
don't like
villains.
him because the villain, he's not a good villain. You guys said he was compelling, but
But like I think that there's this thing of like villains who are 2-dimensional are only there to fuel the heroes.
Right.
And if you give them their own plot lines, now we're like, oh, there's nothing here. The best part about Wilson Fisk in these 2 episodes was the way that he fights, because he fights. There's not to cut to the end, but like he throws an axe into Adam's cage
yeah,
and says, let's do this.
yeah.
I'm going to give you an axe, bro, because I am just such a piece of shit supervillain. And the way that he fights Adam, I thought was so cool because it's not like a mayor would fight.
Yeah.
It's like the Juggernaut would fight. Like the way that he slaps and swings, it is like Thanos as opposed to like a normal human. I thought that was awesome. But I'm so fucking tired of Vanessa being like, will you be a good husband today? And him being like, I won't.
They're just hitting these beats too frequently. We even got like a callback to a great moment of the little kids singing "We Built This City" and the Latvians singing "We Built This City," and then he was like, "I have to go to a children's choir tonight." Looked at the camera like, "You guys know what I'm thinking about." Like,
just Jim Halpert.
Like, yeah, fucking Jim Halpert's way. It's like you knew this wasn't filmed week to week so we could react. So you just assumed that moment would hit so big with the crowd that we would all love this. But I want to see some sort of momentum that isn't just the momentum of an axe shaft going through. I did love the Elite telling him what a piece of shit fake Elite he is.
Including the swordsman.
2 swordsmen references in this. One in BB's report in this in the beginning, we see him. Somebody be like, "Does that guy have a sword? Is he some kind of swordsman?" And then we see Tony talking to him.
Fucking all right. Stop creating my moments of the week. But I love how there's all of the Elite are telling this fat piece of shit that he's not gonna ever be elite. And I'm starting to think that this is a Donald Trump kind of person.
You're starting it.
Yeah.
Like, picking it up.
In episode 6 of Daredevil Born Again. No. Mike, I need you to bear with me. I'm sorry if this is too pretentious and I'm thinking about this
too much.
I don't
see it at all.
But maybe this guy who wants cops to break all of the laws and he does what he wants and he disrespects women. This is a Donald Trump.
You might be onto something here, Ryan. You're so good at watching TV.
But people respect our Lord and President. So I don't understand how...
Should we, Cassie, is this a time where we remind people that Mike voted for Donald Trump twice?
I don't
3 times. I'm sorry, 3 times.
It doesn't need a
Come
reminder.
On.
Yeah, we have. It is hard because like it does feel like I've always believed Fisk was a bad character, but they've truly like this isn't the same Fisk, so it's hard to argue that like I was always right because they've ruined what was ever about him. Like they're trying to be so heavy-handed that it's taken this character away.
And they started to ruin him with Disney. Once Disney never really understood Fisk. It did the Netflix jump to like he never hit in Hawkeye as hard. He didn't hit in Echo as hard. Like he's been a goober.
Well, in Echo he was just a daddy. So
we love
a daddy.
What show?
Echo.
What show?
Echo.
What show?
Echo.
How long do you want to do this?
I could do 10 minutes probably.
Okay, cool.
I like. Have you got? Does this seem more rated R than Netflix ever provided, with the cursing and the violence?
Well, yeah, Matt said fuck.
Yeah, I was gonna say we gotta fuck this one.
And yes, we do.
We can all agree.
A dumb thing, but because we're on the 6th episode anyway. Do you know what I loved? And like the comics only show this when Matt is not doing well. His beard grew 3 sizes the minute he put that mask on. And when Daredevil has a beard, you know Daredevil might kill somebody. Like, he's not doing well emotionally, and I really enjoyed that.
When Matt Murdock is doing well emotionally, that's not a story. That's never happened before.
He's at a barbecue in LA when he's doing well emotionally.
And then God comes behind him and is like, "Hey, you suck." And he's like, "Fuck."
That's where I felt watching this. I felt like such a bad person because the worst he was doing, like he was in a relationship, he was happy, and I was like, this shit sucks. As soon as he started really wrestling with like, should he become a vigilante again, like really fighting down that devil, and he let that devil out, I was like, this is what I am fucking here for.
All right, here's what I will say about the 6th episode, though. With what you're saying, Cassie, and with Wilson Fisk, who gets half the screen time, the whole theme of the episode is humans can change until things get hard. And then when things are hard, they will revert back to whoever they were. Changes are surface level. They're facile. Like they don't matter. Because when there's an issue, whether it's I have to catch the serial killer and save a teenage girl's life, or I'm really mad at the guy who slept with my wife while we were broken up. We were on a break, pivot. I will murder him even if I give him an axe. I think that the theme is that we are who we are. Our changes are transparent.
Facile.
Yeah.
I thought the theme was we all got that dog in us, and sometimes our boys got to let him out, and they both let him out at the same time of night.
It's crazy how Mike doesn't watch sports, but talks like a sports coach. Like,
There's a
even
career
before
for
we
you.
recorded the podcast, he was like, all right, guys, we have that podcast dog in us. It's going to come out tonight.
Everybody, roof, we got that dog. That was like the comparison between the two. Every time we cut to Fisk, I was like, God damn it, we could be having such a good scene. And then Fisk just yelled mine and beat the guy more. And I was like, oh, this
Mine.
sucks.
What was he saying about mine?
That his wife was
His wife is property.
Yeah.
He is a bad guy. I'm not afraid to say it.
So
And
brave.
I don't know if he's running the city very well.
Or if he even cares.
Yeah, speaking of that, they did make him have his own. He has his own task force now of all the shitty cops of New York.
Yeah.
The ones who are on the list. And he
Are
was like,
you a piece of shit? Come sign up.
yeah.
And we're going to get rid of those disgusting police cams. Those things that are making you guys so verklempt to do real police work.
I like the one piece of shit cop who we had met who got into it with White Tiger. The whole time, like, you can't tell.
And he's the guy who
what
shot
his-
White Tiger, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
For sure. Like, who else would it be? But the whole time he's like, is he not trusting Fisk? I don't know. His reaction to Fisk is like, I like what you're saying, but also I fucking hate you too.
Mm.
It instantly made that character more nuanced for me. I was like, I don't like the character, but I'm like, well, I'm more interested in him as a bad guy now.
No, he's such a fucking Billy badass bully that if anybody is talking, even speaking
Yeah.
English, he's like, oh, I don't know. I don't think so, buddy. He fucking sucks.
Is it like they're gonna fully do how like our cops now have like if they have a Punisher symbol on them at all, they're a fucking piece of shit. Like they're going
Yeah.
full for this.
Oh, that's also
Probably
like
get
real
tanks.
life, Cassie.
yeah. That's what I was saying. Like
Yeah.
ours.
Yeah, our cops.
This is our world coming
Well,
to
and when
that
she
world.
says ours, she means she respects the thin blue line.
Obviously, back the blue.
Our
of
boys in
course.
Police lives matter. Do you guys think that his name was Cole? I want to say
Sprouse.
Cole Sprouse.
Yeah.
Who is that?
That's a
Jughead.
Yeah,
That's
Jughead.
Jughead.
Okay, it was not Cole Sprouse. But
Colton
there was
Dunn.
a guy who Fisk talks to and says, like, you were a detective in Chicago.
Yeah.
Is that going to be the guy who brings this all down? Like, there's got to be one of the cops who's like, well, this is crossing the line.
Oh, no, I think Matt's just going to stumble upon them and take them all
Okay.
down. There's no such thing as a good cop in TV or real life.
But hey, Mike, what does
Yeah.
this podcast stand for? Don't forget it.
Oh, we back the boys in blue. What if this is the episode where listeners figure out where we bleed politically?
This podcast has always been a cab. In fact, like, I want a cab to drive me home. That's
Yeah,
we all.
fuck
That's
Uber.
when
That's
we
what we
say a
stand
cab.
for.
That's
we
what
back
we're saying.
the thin yellow line. Our taxi cab drivers.
Fuck
The
Uber.
badges
Uber
they
is
have to
taking
pay
them down.
for in New York City.
Can we talk about
the
Episode
dope
5,
episode?
please.
This is we've done 1,000 fucking episodes of comic book TV, all running the gamut of style of who it's inspired by. There has never been an episode we've covered that feels more just a straight up issue of a comic book. This ruled.
Let me ask you this before we get into Episode 5, which is a bank heist. Did they release 2 on this random day because they were nervous that a bottle episode would piss their fans off?
Oh, well, maybe because I thought the opposite. I was like, oh, they didn't know the episode that came after sucked, so they're like, well, they'll
I think the opposite.
4 and 6
Yeah,
pissed
everyone's
people
liking-
off, so they're like, slip 5 in there.
And in 5 and 6, we got Yusuf Khan
Mm.
and the Swordsman. So, like,
Uh-huh.
the MCU is covered, guys. We're good. But I think that they were nervous that, like, Episode 5 doesn't propel any storylines.
And that's why we loved it. Didn't
All
we,
right,
folks?
Cassie, what happens in Episode 5?
Episode 5, Matt Murdock is just trying to get a loan, and there's also he's got his own
Daredevil
mission.
needed a bank loan.
Sorry, I hate to let the audience in on a Mike's warm-ups, but here we are.
I apologize.
And then also outside, there's a group of like, I don't know, 5 Irishmen who are clearly going to rob this bank. They do.
How long was the argument of who gets the green ski mask
God.
of these 5
Oh.
Irish guys?
The leader gets it, right? Come on.
Come
He
on.
bleeds green.
So Matt.
On St. Patrick's Day.
Oh
so
yeah,
all
it's
we
St.
have
Patrick's
is-
Day. It starts off with like a Dropkick Murphys cover band. They couldn't afford the real Murphys.
Yeah.
And yeah, so Matt throws himself into it to try to stop this bank heist, obviously. He's working with Yusuf Khan, who is the assistant bank manager, and opening the safe and everything falls to him. So it's him and Matt like trying to take these guys down.
And also tells two stories back to back. One, my daughter is very cool. Two, there's a hero in Jersey City. Have you heard of her?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Nobody knows
And-
that the two are the same person.
He has a Funko doll that it looks like he made of her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just like
It was
glitter
custom
and
made.
stickers jammed onto it.
It was real rough. The Funko moment was real rough. Just all of a sudden this weird product placement so violently that also looked terrible. But they're trying to take the heist down. The cops are out there. It's St. Patty's Day. It's getting crazy. They're trying to figure out what they're after. It's not money, guys. It's a big old diamond, a yellow diamond.
Yeah, did you guys know diamonds could be yellow? I was like, he's like, it's a diamond. I was like, this idiot doesn't know about rocks. It's a sapphire or something.
But they have the security key to the security lock. The vault is only lock boxes. And
Right.
they have the key to the one with the diamond. There's three things that you need with the Daredevil story, right? One, hallways.
Gotta have them.
Gotta have a hallway.
And we have an incredible hallway sequence here.
Mhm.
It's a stairway.
This hallway got stairs.
This hallway got stairs. The Mike Gravano story. But I thought that was the best, maybe since Foggy died, the best like action scene.
Yes.
2, Catholic guilt, which we'll get to at some point. And then 3, dude's blind. How do his powers work? And I thought this episode did an incredible job of just like, it's not cheating. It was written around his powers. Like he was listening, he was smelling, he was tasting.
Mhm.
He tasted so many.
I was like, what was he tasting?
I'm
Just
coming up
licking
with
the
that on the
floor.
fly, Cassie. But this is what we want. Is like he is not Superman. He's not Spider-Man. This was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
so much so that in episode 5, he did not. He went back into the bank knowing that it was being robbed. Sans Daredevil costume. We're still just Matt Murdock, lawyer
Yeah.
at large.
Mm-hmm.
After the bank denied him a bank loan.
Yes, Mike. You're warmed up, buddy. I don't know how else to tell you.
Good to go.
I'll get there. I'll warm up. I swear, guys.
Do you think we love this one because we're Ocean's 11 people, and that's
Oh,
like
yeah.
we're just suckers for heists?
Also,
You're either
Mike,
an Ocean's 11 person or an Ocean's 8 person? We're all Ocean's 11.
Mike, you're the New York representative, as we talk about often in our Spider-Man the Animated Series episodes. So you New York piece of shit. Why is every bank in New York a fucking palace? In Southern California, they're all like strip mall pieces of shit. But
Well-
in New York, every bank is like marble from.
It's
Yes.
so hard to get like
that's true.
buildings, and they have a full thing,
Yeah.
a full ancient like
Rent is like $800 per square foot, and yet every bank is a fucking Taj Mahal.
It's because they were built 100 years ago when we built something. in
Rent
this country,
control.
when we cared about it. And yeah, this is clearly like in the finance district where everything is like, oh, we are the 99%, and this is the 1% lauding it in front of us, and we should take them all out. And it's just how they look.
But is it true that everything that bank does could be done online? And yet they're
Yes.
choosing to pay.
Yeah, there was a lot of people in that bank. I was like, what are they all
Yeah.
doing?
Could
Well,
you
that one
guys,
guy,
log
Mr. New
into your
York,
website.
who explained how the bank vault worked. He's like, my family's been banking here for years. Sparrow Pizza.
They put that safe in. I was like, this is crazy.
Hey, buddy, I just have real. I just want to know if you're okay. And he's like, Islanders, Mets, Jets. I'm okay. Of course I am. New York sports forever. Hot dogs.
Hot dog.
What was the purpose of making it on St. Patty's Day besides trying to throw in some Dropkick Murphys?
Plus,
Well-
I would say in a show that is supposed to take place in Hell's Kitchen, like an important, or what is it now called? Clinton?
Clinton is near Hell's Kitchen.
It's not. Okay. What,
I don't know. Maybe
it cuts to outside New York, St. Patrick's Day, in one of the worst montages I have ever seen in
Yes.
my entire life.
Hey,
The
by the
half-ass
stock footage from
Yes.
Adobe.
you could see Adobe on part of the screen through most of the montage. Getty.
But I'm not gonna lie. At first, I was like, "All right, I don't understand why." But at the end, once he beats ass, and then we
Yes.
just like end on an Irish song, I was like, "Let's go."
I was
do
like,
it."
what are we doing here? And then Matt fights a guy, and it's a pretty good fight until the guy's leaning over and Matt jumps on his leg as hard as he can. And then the Dropkick Murphys are like, "You jumped on a leg, you jumped on a leg."
The dog is in him.
The first sign of the dog.
You guys know how the sign of the dog is a dope phrase, Cassie. In Buffy, vampires and monsters don't do anything on Halloween, and so it wanted to build its own holiday lore where Irish don't celebrate holidays.
Right.
Yeah.
This is a terrible stereotype that they only commit crimes on St. Patty's Day. They do not celebrate.
Guys, I'm going to fucking chug a potato and rob a bank. That's what we do.
These robbers mentioned the whole time Matt was trying to figure out why they are going for this diamond. And he overheard the one guy mention that he's got to pass it off to somebody. Did you guys recognize that name or anything come from that?
No, well, the girl.
Yeah.
He passed it to the girl who was one of the hostages the whole time. Like they had a really convoluted plan that I don't think they needed to do. She probably could have the key and been like, "Hey, open this for me."
But it's a lot of like high fives, but some of those high fives have like secret things inside of them. And the girl who was trying to get Matt to just sit down,
yes,
is the one who
because she didn't want anybody to get hurt. That's the vibe. But yeah, I don't think we're done. Even though this was a great one and done, it feels like there's a bigger plot going on.
Yeah.
Well, Luca is going to be a pain in Kingpin's ass. So
the tracksuit mafia guy.
Yeah, the whole thing was to get the diamond back to Luca.
Oh, Luca.
Okay, cool. Nice.
I did miss that name as well.
And
yeah.
I love how I don't know if you guys have ever done a drug deal, but the girl who gets the diamond at the end, she goes around the corner. Like, so there's cops on the street, so she goes around the corner where cops can't see her. And she's like, "Well, I have to look at the diamond real quick." And then that's when she finds out that it's candy. And
like,
that's so true.
Hard candy.
If you do a drug deal, you got to get around that corner and just look. Let me just see those drugs. Let me just look.
You want to get far enough away that you can't do anything when you realize you're being fucked over.
We're gonna jump over a little bit, but we've. Do you feel good about covering the heist? Are you hyped enough on it? Have you screamed how good it was enough?
Good.
The heist makes me think that this show should be like, I don't know, like week to week. Like, we don't need a big storyline. Let's just watch Matt do stuff.
A 22 episode, half law procedural, half episodes like this.
I mean, kick ass.
Mike, are there 22 banks in New York?
There's exactly 22.
Yeah.
Oh,
so every week, a different bank. I would love that show.
Jumping over to the second one, I know you guys don't like it as much, but we didn't talk about Muse at all. Do you guys know anything about this homie from comics?
Yeah, I remember reading him. I think this is Bendis or Charles Soule.
I just know he's sometime in the mid 2000s. I don't.
It might be Charles Soule, and yeah, I mean, like he was there.
It's Comic Muse has a power that nobody can sense him, which normally would be a whatever power until you're up against Daredevil, who can sense everything. So Muse in the comics is like the one person Daredevil cannot sense. He's just a fucking Banksy who murders in this.
Right.
I'm very confused. Yeah.
Oh my God. The first episode 5 was about robbing banks, and then the second one was about robbing Banksy. Cassie, are you serious right now?
You put it together. I pitched it to him. But yeah, the whole time I was just trying to figure out what does this guy do? And he just paints so far.
Yeah,
and I was like, okay.
He kills at least 60 people and he paints. He has a cool look, and he escaped because Matt did decide to save Angela instead of chase him down, which I guess
which clearly Mike would not have done based on his tone of voice.
He would have let a little teenager die, but okay.
Just
Who's
to kill
getting
a man.
an A in English, by the way.
Yeah, braggart.
It's hard to be Muse because he's so awful. Like, he just does so many bad things, but then he also takes the time to be like, you know what would be cool? Little blood tears from a mask, and then he does that.
And a beanie above a mask is a look. Though the kids look, I've seen it. Kids wear a hoodie and put a baseball cap on top of the hoodie. The Gen Z, they're doing it for themselves.
Muse is the kind of bad guy where, like, you'll never catch him except for if you just like ranked Smith's albums wrong, and then he'll be like, no, that's not the right ranking, and then that's him. That's the guy.
Yeah, I'm hoping. I mean, we're going to get more of him. He seems like our big bad because he is a full-on serial killer. But I don't know. The fight scenes between him was cool. I don't understand him fully, but I'm here for more fight scenes, so I'm not totally mad about it.
Do you think Muse is a little lame because he's mostly just like a modern ripoff of Queen?
Yeah.
Muse band
Sorry.
The
joke.
band. Yeah.
Do you guys think that like there's going to
bad.
be a bigger bad this season, and he's just a Muse boosh?
Oh, that was better than mine.
Well, that was a perfect note to end it on. I don't think we could top that one. Let's do moments of the week real quick, though. Mike, do you got a moment of the week?
I got 2, one for each episode. Mine was already referenced from the bank. It was when Matt Murdock jumped up in the air and landed right on that guy's knee on the stairs. That was so fucking
crazy.
gross.
That what like I know the Netflix is supposed to be like darker and crazier, but like I don't remember that shit happening. That was fucking.
This was bright. We could see this happen.
And
Although alleyway, hallway.
It went from him smashing his face in glass too, and I was like, okay, that's pretty gritty. And then I was like, that's probably well they'll stop it, and then pan out a little bit, look at his leg, snapped.
It was a clear Chekhov's glass too. Like that bottle was photographed a million times before it, and then he smashes his face into it, and then the guy looks up. He's like, "Oh, fucking glass in my face! God, oh, is this where glass go?"
Is
In the
this where
face.
Glasgow? Oh, that's an Irish city.
Yeah.
And then 106, Angela's like, people are missing. And he's like, what do you want me to do about it? She says, how about literally anything? And the perfect sassy teenager fucking, I was like, oh yeah, I want new White Tiger for sure.
I don't know anything. Get off your ass. Brian, what's your moment of the week?
It's so clear. I love this fucking guy. He's I work in New York. I'm just always doing construction no matter what, because I was born with that face and body. He's been in a million things just doing construction. And then he gets brought to Fisk's office. And Fisk,
The sewage guy.
the sewage guy. And the handler is like, what do you need to tell him? He's like, oh man, we really tried to paint over that thing. We really tried to use a power washer. And she's like, get to the point. And he's like, oh, it's fucking blood. It's just fucking blood.
As somebody who works in construction, I was like, every day it
it's
takes
all
so long
blood.
to get them to. It's all blood.
Damn blood.
My moment of the week, in that first episode, we get the hallway scene, and it's specifically when Matt is like overhearing. He's like, when do I attack? And then he just takes off his tie and then just like strangles the dude with it. Badass moment. I was like, I'm here for this.
Matt's fucking cool.
There's
There's a point where like he gets a phone call from what's her name? The teenager? Angela's mom, Soledad. And he hangs up on the phone and he just stands there and thinks for like 30 seconds of screen time.
Yeah.
That's a lot of TV time. And then finally we get the fuck it. And then Daredevil's back, baby.
Yeah.
So good. If you haven't checked it out yet, it's on Disney Plus. Tuesdays is when there's new episodes. That is all the time I have to talk about Daredevil. But I do have time to talk about a website. And Ryan, I believe you've been working on a website?
Yes. So many people are they're walking around with a horn in their pocket. And they're like, what do I do with this horn?
Mm-hmm.
And so what you do is you go to sendmeyourhorn.com. And if you send us your horn, we will send you a free Pizza Hut personal pan, no topping pizza coupon.
Are we losing money in this?
No. Pizza Hut is in on this. They're going to give us a bunch of coupons. And we get so many fucking horns.
And what are we doing?
What do we
with
do
these?
the horns? Thank you. Yeah.
Well, I was thinking about like doing one horn gets us a new helmet, but my new thing is that I'm going to build one helmet with all the horns, and I'm going to wear that one.
Pinhead, hornhead.
Okay.
I'm going to be a pinhead hornhead.
All right. Well, then I fully support you in your dream.
No, I don't don't be an asshole about this. Do you really do it?
No, I support you so much. And I'm going to
This is important to me.
I know. And that's why I'm going to send you to my friends, cybersprout.net, because they're going to help you build a beautiful website. Sorry, a badass website? What type of website do you want?
Horny.
Okay, a horny website. Cybersprout.net will help you build that. It's because they got design experts that are well versed in digital strategy, elegant design, and horniness. They got easy to edit fields, custom templates, drag and drop tools.
Cassie, I gotta say, it sounds like you're reading this right now.
No, dude.
Does it
this is
say
from the heart.
horniness in your script?
Yeah.
It does say right here.
Tyler wrote to us and he was like, you guys have been missing a significant part of our website.
It's how
They
fucking
get it.
horny
So
it is.
horny.
They
We love you,
get
Tyler.
it.
Thank you.
Yes, it's beautiful, but also horny. Let the people know. If you want to
And-
see how horny they can get, visit cybersprout.net.
It's not just that the website will make you horny. The website is
Oh,
in
it's-
itself horny.
Yeah, it manifests horny. It projects horniness. It embodies horniness.
It's the first horny AI.
God.
and we
Can you
salute it.
imagine just like being just back in the day when you were like creating language? Like, what should we talk about? Like when people are like super like, like that. Horny? Yes. That's the fucking word.
Before they called it Randy, and then their annoying friend kept being like, "What? Not you, Randy."
But like something like Randy, because why is Randy always so horny? Randy was a horny guy.
Yeah, Randy's horned up.
He's a horny toad.
cybersprout.net, your partner for a digital world. That is all we have to talk about this week, though. Wrapping it up, I would love, Mike, if you could tell the people about another website, or maybe two.
Another website that's almost as horny but not quite is popfilter.co. All of the things we create and have created for the last 15 years live there. So go check it out. Hey, are you all hyped about this new Avengers movie and Chairgate? Read what our thoughts about the original Battleworld was 15 years ago, because they're there, folks.
Is 15 years
Popfilter.co.
too long ago? Is there too much of Pop Filter out in the world? Does it need to be
I don't-
scrubbed?
I don't think so. Where were Mike and Molly 14 years ago? Pop Filter will let you know.
I love hearing about these same two articles every week. I
They're
wish there were
burned in
other
my
articles.
brain.
If only. I believe there's also Amazon, popfilter.co/Amazon. If you be shopping on there. I got a threatening message coming to me over here. I don't mention Amazon, maybe.
No.
Yeah,
Just
we-
also mention how 9/11 happened.
Never forget.
Never forget. It's so important. Popfilter.co/Amazon. Shop that way. We get a little bit of money. We'd appreciate it. Ryan, besides 9/11, I believe we have another podcast on the show.
Yes, we do. It is called Movie of the Year, and we are wrapping up the 1996 season. An incredible host, Cassie,
Mm-hmm.
by the name of Mike.
Oh, not me.
Heard of him?
I've heard of
Heard
him.
of him?
Yeah. I've heard of him. Not in
You
the terms
fart
of
face?
incredible host.
Is leading us through the year 1996. And what a year, what a pod. Movie of the Year.
Check it out. If you're on social media, you should be giving us a follow over on Instagram. We're at Your Pop Filter, and we need your follow and your likes to feel whole. So please do that. Also, if you haven't rated and subscribed on whatever podcast catcher you listen to, go ahead and do that for us. We would love you forever. We'd love you even more if you send us an email. You could do that at contact@popfilter.co. We will soon need your emails. They can honestly be absolutely anything. If you want to know how Mike orders a sandwich, you could send that over and he will give you in great detail how he orders a sandwich.
Specify which restaurant. It really depends.
That is, thank you, Mike.
We're
You
talking
saved that one.
Snarfs. We're talking Jersey Mike's.
It's-
I can tell you how Mike orders a sandwich. It's with his shirt off, and nobody knows why.
I get hot.
when thinking about them
He's
sandwiches.
what's that guy? Bert.
Don't.
Oh, we
He-
don't
he's the
know.
Kreischer.
No, who knows?
He's
dude?
the Bert Kreischer of our
Some
generation.
random guy I'd
Oh,
never
God.
met before told me that in the first 5 minutes of me meeting him that I look like him. It's not cool. Don't. This was flashbacks.
Hey, don't let that define you. You're so much better than that, Mike. Don't let that be.
Thank you.
That's it for this week. Next week, Ryan, what are we getting into?
Oh, I bet it's fucking Spider-Man, the animated series.
Oh, hell yeah.
You ever heard of Blade?
I've heard of him.
You heard of Blade's mom?
No.
Yeah, get ready to.
Very excited for that. So be sure to check that out. For Mike, I'm Ryan. For Ryan, I'm Mike. For me, I'm me. Bye, everyone.